Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to 100% LCFC. As you can see, I'm down here at the Jamie Vardy I'm on Fire memorial. What do you call it? Memorial? Graffiti? Whatever you want to call it. Mural, I guess is the right word. Just starting to think about it, we do a live fan zone obviously every Monday night at 8:30, which hopefully some of you will be tuning in tonight to watch. And I've come down here because I thought Jamie Vardy's pretty much a hot topic at the moment. Hi, Nathan is watching, and Richie. How are you guys? What do you want to talk about tonight? Chappers is watching. What are the hot topics tonight? I watched Jamie from the Fox's Arms yesterday at 10:30. I thought he had, well, it was a great show as ever with Jamie. Lots of people watching, lots of comments coming in. Jamie rallying the fans to get together and not be divided, I think was a good one. Hi to Tom. Tom Hogarth's watching. How are you, Tom? Are you coming on the show tonight, Tom? As it's an open invite to any fans to come on. Tom regularly comes on, as does people like Neil, but we're always open to new fans to come in and let us know. So if you want to come on the show, put in the comments. I'll put a link out there. Hopefully Tom will be coming on. Yeah, Tom says he is doing the show tonight, buzzing for it. Down here, the Jamie Vardy mural. We're missing him, aren't we? And is that a problem? Is that a topic you guys want to talk about? Hi, Richie. Hi, Curtis Holloway. Brett is watching. What are your big topics you want to talk about tonight? Put in the comments here, let me know. Chappers, yes, the fan zone is on tonight, 8:30. Just thought we'd try and get a feeling for what people want to talk about. As I was saying, I saw Jamie from the Fox's Arms yesterday. Great show, great. He went on a bit of a rant because he was frustrated, I think. There's a big motorbike just goes by me right here in Leicester. Jamie was a little bit frustrated with some of the comments he was reading before, during and after the match. And a rallying cry from Jamie saying, come on fans, let's stick together. But I know a lot of fans want to talk about other things, want to talk about the manager, and we're more than happy to talk about the manager. So Brett is saying he wants to talk about the striker issue. Well, hence why we're here with Jamie Vardy. As you can see, the I'm on Fire mural, like I say. Tom is saying he's going to be live on BBC Radio Leicester tonight at 6:30. There's a plug for Radio Leicester. Wants to talk about the game at the weekend, so that's great. Tom, what do you think are the big topics? Brett is saying it's the striker issue. I've got to agree. Strikers, I'm looking back slightly and wondering what on earth were we doing on the transfer window deadline day. To be fair, after the deadline had even passed, letting Ulloa and Slimani go. Two guys who actually are proven strikers. Because I think if it's one thing we're finding is we already knew as fans that Okazaki was not going to get us many goals. We knew that Jamie Vardy was going to be the guy that get us goals, but if he's not there, we were going to be lacking. I think we all now know that Nacho is not the finished product, but for me, is probably not a proven striker. Well, he clearly isn't a proven striker. Is he going to develop into a striker? Is, I guess, the question. I saw Jamie yesterday saying give Nacho time, and I know Jamie again was disgusted that he thought there was some slow applause when Nacho was subbed. Did you guys hear that? What did you think to that? Do you agree with Jamie? Mark Langham is saying we shouldn't be relying on Vardy. Desperate for a new striker in January. Would you have Slimani back? We ran a poll at the weekend, and you know I'm not a big Slimani fan at all. I didn't rate him from almost 6 months after we bought him. I called it and said I thought he was a donkey. But I've said it for a few weeks now, I'd rather have Slimani in the club on the bench as an option. If Jamie Vardy can't play and we need a striker, I think Slimani's the man. We already own a striker and we've loaned him out. So we're saying get a striker in January, I agree, but why did we loan out Slimani and sell Ulloa right on deadline day? And Musa, yeah, Nathan Steens is saying sell Musa and send Slimani out on loan and don't replace either. Yeah, Nathan, you're not remembering that we got rid of Ulloa then. Brett Ahern is saying Shane Long, ? It's a topic. So clearly what you guys want to talk about tonight sounds like striker, hence the Jamie Vardy. Striker is a big issue. Richie Collins is saying get behind club Puel, please, you Leicester City supporters. I totally agree, Richie. I totally agree with you myself. My personal opinion is back Claude Puel, back the lads, back the manager. But what we do on Fan Zone is, it doesn't matter what I think, it doesn't matter what Jamie thinks. What matters is what you guys think. And if you guys want to talk about Puel in and Puel out, we will talk about it. I'm not sure, I don't want to talk about it, but if people do want to talk about it, and what I don't want, by the way, though, is I won't let the show be hijacked by 6 or 7 Puel out fanatics who want to have a massive go. But if you want to talk about it, we will do it. Dara is saying we're going downhill with Puel, no progress, poor transfers, yet again, boring football, needs a big clear out. Sam Perkins saying, I think I just saw you walking through DMU, Phil. You probably did, because look, I'm down here. We're right near De Montfort Uni. If I spin around, you'll see it all behind me there. So, yeah, down here at De Montfort, Sam. You should have said hello if you did, Sam. I'd have had a chat with you. Carl is saying the manager is just not up to the job. Carl, do you want to talk about Puel tonight on the Fan Zone at 8:30 with us all? Do you want us to debate it? We've got a content team. There's quite a lot in the content team with like Jamie, Chappers, Tom, Dipak, James Harlow. Crikey, there's loads, and we've got our own little messenger group, and we all chat privately about topics, what we should be talking about, what we should be doing. And one of the things yesterday was, do we run a poll to see if we have a poll about Puel in or Puel out? Because people were asking Jamie yesterday to run a poll about whether fans are backing Puel or not. And we're not even sure whether we should do that poll. So one of the things we've been asking is, should we even put that question out there? We're certainly not, we don't want to be stirring the pot here, but we do want to talk about the topics you fans want to talk about. Here's a question, a good question, Tom, from Tom Hogan, which we can talk about tonight. Tom saying how we could make the best of Nacho. He's not a lone striker and needs to play as a 2. I totally agree. Paul McCroby is saying Slimani has done nothing in Turkey and shows how right we were to ship him out. I agree, Paul. Like I say, I think he's no good. I don't think he's good enough, but we do own him, and he is a Plan B striker. So why are we not playing him? Sean Surrett is saying, why are we asking for Puel out? Well, we're certainly not asking that, and I'm certainly not asking that. We're 4 wins from the top 4. It's boring. Get behind the boys. Sean, I agree with you. We're in the top half of the league. I had a quick look today on the stats. I think we've spent over 60 years in the second division, the second tier of English football, and only, or less years, 50 years in the top division. So for me, you know, to be in the Premier League is a big result still. Top half is even better. So I guess I'm looking at it in the long picture going, yeah, I think we're doing well, and I'm happy-ish with where we are. It can be a bit boring, I give you that. Dara is saying get Slimani back as Plan B and give him 6 months. Steve Perkins is saying bring back Slimani and Thomas. Harvey Barnes, there's another one. Should we call Harvey Barnes back? Sean Rendell is saying he'd have Slimani over Nacho, which is an interesting... That alone could be a poll, couldn't it, or a topic. Who would you rather have, Slimani or Nacho? I'll put that one down for tonight. So far, tonight's topics I know that people are wanting to talk about is strikers. It's Jamie Vardy's on fire. Would you have Nacho or Slimani? That's a good one. What is going on with Nacho? As Tom was saying, clearly doesn't seem like he can play as a lone striker. Looked better when Okazaki came on. Sam Perkins is saying Salah from Nantes is linked. Tom is saying Nacho is a fox in the box striker, not a back to goal striker, which is interesting. It's service, wasn't he? Didn't get much service on Saturday. I mean, I felt sorry for Jamie Vardy at times this season because he hasn't had much ball time at all, so that's interesting. Michael Wheatley is saying, what about Welbeck, who I think is injured, Michael, because don't think Arsenal are going to offer him a new contract. Brett Hearn is saying sell Maguire for 90 million. We are flush with centre halves. Use funds to lure a striker. Would you sell? You wouldn't want to sell Maguire, would you, Brett? Come on. You want to keep our best players. Jason is saying, hi buddy, if we don't buy a goal scorer in January, we can seriously kiss goodbye to the 8th, 9th, 10th goodbye. I think you've got a point, Jason. I think we do need another striker. Peter Hill is saying, didn't Puel state that we wouldn't be buying in January? I think he's alluded to there won't be much business done in January, Peter, but you'd like to think there's 1 or 2 players coming in. That would be what I think we should do. What do you agree, Peter, with that? Dara's saying there's not much motivation from the bench. Curtis is saying, Top and Vichai picked Puel for a reason. I suggest we get behind the manager and players. I'm with you on that, Curtis. I think we do have to manage to support the guys, but, you know, what we want is the fans' views, the fans' topics. So that's what I'm on here, just doing. I'm getting a flavour for what we want to talk about tonight. Some of the key questions from people. So let us know what you want to talk about tonight on tonight's show. Don't forget, 8:30 live every Monday on Facebook, Twitter, and that other one, YouTube. Ryan saying, sell Maguire, what a stupid idea that is. FFS. Morning, Phil. Yes. Ryan having a rant then saying, oh, morning. Yes, morning, Ryan. How are you? Yeah, I agree. Sell Maguire, please. Jamie is watching for the Foxes. Hi, Jamie. I was just saying you had a nice little rant yesterday. You were trying to unite the fans, let's say that, weren't you, Jamie? And it was a great show. But that's why I'm on here. I want to know what people want to talk about. If people want to talk about managers in and out, we'll talk about it. If they don't, I don't want to talk about it. Troy Fox is saying more Okazaki playing. Ryan's asking what's going on with Itchy Knackers. He's crap, simple, get rid of. Give him time, maybe, give him time. But there's times where he doesn't do himself any favours because he looks a bit can't be bothered, is Nacho, if you ask me. Again, we can say this because we're just fans. We're not Radio Leicester, we're not Sky Sports. If we want to say Nacho looks lazy at times, we can say it. Sean is saying behave sound like Southampton. Be careful what you wish for. We spoke with Southampton. They've now got rid of Mark Hughes, and you know, I think they're taking a gamble, Southampton, on the guy they're bringing in halfway through a season. Russell Carter's saying Giroud, a one word. I guess you're saying should we get Giroud in? Brett's saying he doesn't want to sell Maguire, but I think a big club could put an offer in we can't refuse. Reese is saying yes, get a target man or Slimani in January. I agree. Would you have Slimani for Saturday's game against Crystal Palace? Would you rather have, it's theoretical, but would you rather have Nacho or would you rather have Slimani come in, assuming Jamie Vardy's injured? Yeah, Jamie's saying get your tin hat ready. Yeah, I saw you got your tin hat on yesterday, Jamie. Winning the league was fantastic, says Paul McCrombie. As it was, it brought a lot of new fans that expect the same every year. I think Jamie was talking about that yesterday, alluding to a fan. Sean Siret, and I agree with Sean here. Sean's saying I'm not a Puel fan, but I'll back him whilst he's here. I'm not Puel's biggest fan, but I'm certainly not Puel out because I think he's doing an okay job. I'm not that energised by him. Sam Perkins is saying the amount of people who want Slimani back is laughable. Well, Sam, I'm one of them. I'll tell you why. I think Slimani's a bag of spanners. I really do. But I also know that he did do decent at Sporting Lisbon, and I've seen flashes of him where I think actually there is a player waiting in there. And he's a plan B striker, so tick that box. If Vardy's fit, Slimani's on the bench, 10-15 minutes to go, offers you something different. So for me, Slimani is a plan B striker. And if Vardy's not fit, at the moment, I'd have Slimani in the starting lineup over Ian Nacho. I'd have Okazaki on with Slimani. I'd have Okazaki on with Jamie Vardy. Here's a big question from Sean. He's saying, a massive question, would you want a player that is out on loan and not playing well? Or a player, I can't read the rest of that, I'm sorry Sean, I can't see it on the screen. I think the question was going to be a player that is out on loan not playing well, or a player, sorry, can't read it. Curtis is saying, don't get what all this love in with Slimani is about. Fans hated him whilst he was here. Again, Curtis, I agree, listen to the debate though. We own Slimani, he's a €30 million striker that we own, we've got him out on loan, and we haven't got a recognised striker in the club. Because Dibati's not a striker, Demari Gray's not a striker, Okazaki's not an out-and-out striker, and Nacho clearly isn't getting us enough of the goals. So that's why people are saying we own a striker, we've loaned him out. Should we not? Slimani, Pete Brown says Slimani was voted worst signing for his new club side, for his Turkish club side. Yeah, I get that. I'm just saying, at the moment, we could do with a plan B striker, couldn't we? Anyway, Danny Ings would do a decent job in the Premier League, says Russell Carter. Okay, so listen, the fan zone's on tonight at 8:30. The big topics seem to be still talking about the manager. If you want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. Still talking about strikers shortage. Why did we loan out Slimani? Why did we get rid of Musa? Why did we get rid of Ulloa and not replace them with any more strikers this summer? It seems crazy. Why did we buy three centre-backs in the summer, loan one out and not play another one? There's lots of questions on the transfer market. Jamie's finishing off with saying, big man, small man up top, perfect. It's worked before. It's worked for years. I come from the generation of Alan Young and Gary Lineker, or Gary Lineker and Alan Smith. It works all the time, doesn't it? Let's talk about Puel's tactics, says Carl. It's a good shout. There are some funny tactics, some funny substitutions, but how many of them are forced by injuries? We don't know. It's difficult to know. Pete Brown says, all good questions there. Thanks, Pete. Join us tonight, 8:30, live on the 100% LCFC fan zone with myself, Phil. Tom's going to be joining us. More the merrier. Come say hello, get your views out there, and we'll bring all this to a head and we'll speak later. So from me, I'm not on fire. Jamie Vardy's on fire, but he ain't fit. So we need a plan B. See you later. Thanks for watching. If you like and share, appreciate it. Cheers.